Hey sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. Kay here from At Home with Kay, and today I'm part of the tissue paper tour, and I'm really excited. This is my first time being a part of this, where we receive tissue paper from a crafter, and then we send tissue paper to a person that was selected for us. I received my tissue paper from Shawnee from Glitzy Stitches, and I sent my tissue paper to Favi at Arrows DIY, and their channels will be linked along in the description box along with the playlist. And we want to remember the host also, Lisa from Lovin's the Life, and Karen, the Loft Home Decor. Those channels also will be linked in my description box below. And with that being said, this is the tissue paper that I received from Sweet Shawnee. Those are really good, pretty, and it was giving me like beachy vibes when I saw that orange and that tan color. And then when I opened this little package here, I saw those stickers there and I was like, yes. Yes, that reminds me of the beach and of the sand and those other greens and pinks. I was just getting all watermelony summer vibes from that. She also gave me this sweet little card and a business card that I'm going to keep for safekeeping for sure. And that little sweet card with a sweet note inside, which I'm not going to read, but it was really sweet. I love the paper there, the border with the flowers. I love flowers. That's perfect. So let's get to crafting. So like I said, I was really getting a beach vibe from this. And when I saw these stickers, I have a love for shadow boxes. And I thought I'm going to make a little shadow box. But first I needed a beach chair. So I cut these little popsicle sticks and these skewers. And I'm just going to throw together a quick little Adirondack type looking chair really quickly. I know that's not tissue paper or anything, but I needed to do this to do the other thing that I wanted to do. So that's why I'm going to quickly do this, and then we'll get to the other parts. Now, I got this little box out of the trash. It has some supplies in it at my job, and then we just were tossing it. So I just got this little box, and what I'm going to do is I am going to create a little shadow box, a little beach scene out of this box and the tissue paper. So first, in order for it to not look see-through or whatever, I said I was going to put this good coat of Waverly White chalk paint on the box, and I think I only did one good coat of this paint and that sufficed. But for the back, because it was still slightly see-through and there was an imprint on the back of the box, and I knew that that tissue paper you would be able to see through it, I'm gonna put black paint on the back of there just to give it a dark color so you can't see that if there's like a little impression in the back of that box, and I didn't want that to show. So then I got my tissue paper and I measured it out. I'm using that orange one that reminded me of a beautiful sunset when you're on a beach. I've only been to a tropical beach once, and that just reminded me of the beautiful beach, the beautiful sunset that I saw in the Bahamas. So I'm going to lay down a layer of Mod Podge, and then I'm going to put down that beautiful orange sunset tissue paper. I'm going to add that second little layer on top because did you see when I put it on there that it just gave a slightly deeper color? Yes, that's the color that I was looking for. So I'm going to add that extra little layer there, and I'm going to have to put a little bit more, a little Mod Podge on top just to stick it together and make sure that it's all secure there, and then we'll move on to the next part. The next part here is I wanted sand. I didn't show myself do this, but I needed some sand. So I thought, what could I do? So I got some salt and I just put a little paint in it, mix it together. Boom, sand. So then I sprinkled that down on top of some Mod Podge and it actually stuck. And then I just mixed some blue paint together with a little white and I made some, you know, like a beachy water back there. I think that looks so nice. And now I'm going to take these lovely, lovely stickers and I'm going to just place them in different areas of the shadow box. And you know what? These stickers, I don't really understand them too much because they're like two layers of the same thing stuck together. And at first I had put it in there, but later I'm going to take that apart and make two. So I'll have two of those little plants there to put inside of the box. And now I have to glue my little Adirondack chair down. And I should have done this before I put the sand in because it was challenging to get that hot glue to stick on top of that salt. But I finally got it to stick and it was able to stay in place. And now, you know, it's been some days, so it's holding really firm. So next there was a sticker that was like an oar for like a boat or a canoe or a paddleboard. I thought I would put that right by the chair and that was a perfect spot for it. It fit perfectly in that spot. It was just tall enough and I'm going to glue that there beside the chair. And I thought this flower sticker would look nice just right there on the side of the shadow box. Wow, now that I look at it, I wish the box was a little bit bigger because I actually could have put like a little paddle board or a little boat of some sort in there. This is so cute. I love it. So next I got this beautiful beehive paper also. I didn't really show that in the beginning. I'm sorry. But I got that beautiful paper and I love that it had the yellows and the blue. Okay, so have these little cutting boards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it completely white, get a good coat of this Waverly chalk paint in white, and then I am going to Mod Podge that beautiful paper onto this little board. All right, and here's the board completely covered with the chalk paint, and you can barely see that the color that's in the underneath there. It's completely covered. So now halfway, I'm going to cover with this beautiful paper, just halfway because I'm going to put some wording at the top in the white. And I cut it in a way so that I could get that cute little beehive right in the center of the cutting board when I place it on there with the Mod Podge. Okay, so now I'm just gonna sand off those rough edges of paper with my sanding block just to get it a smooth, even surface there on the corners and everything. And then I went through my yarn. I didn't quite have the yarn that I would have liked, but I'm going to use what I have here. I wish this blue was a little bit thicker. I guess I could have doubled it, but I didn't. I'm just choosing. I thought about the little lace ribbon. All these ribbon are from Dollar Tree. The yellow, but it was a little bit too bright. So I settled on the blue, and I decided to use the blue to just border the edge of the paper. And this is my first time in this challenge, so this collab. So I'm really excited to see the DIYs that everyone else does, because I'm really always inspired so much by the creativity of other people, and it really helps my creativity grow. So just adding a little dab of hot glue and going around and gluing it again on the end where the ends meet, and we'll have a nice little blue ribbon border in the middle. Next, I got these stickers from Dollar Tree, and they're not the like those thin stickers that you get. These are actually a little bit raised, kind of. I can't remember the name of them, and I can't read it now, but I like the texture of them, and they were easy to deal with when I was picking them up because they were kind of stiff and they didn't bend and stick together. And I'm just going to place the words "be kind," because those are words that I really try to live by and keep in the forefront of my mind. And I think the world would be a better place if we all did that. Don't you agree? Now I'm going to add just a little bit of Mod Podge to make sure that those letters stay in place and don't move around later on. Next, I have some little bees that I got in the package from Dollar Tree in the garden section. I'm just going to glue a couple of these little bees onto the sign. And then also have some flowers that I got from, I believe, not Hobby Lobby, but a store like that. The little fabric, they're like ribbon flowers, little tiny ones. I got those, and I'm going to just put those in different little areas on the cutting board. And please remember to check out the playlist and the host channels. Everything is linked in the description box below, and I'm sure you're going to love it. So next I have this wooden box. It had little little wooden Easter wooden pieces in there. It had carrots and little bunnies and chicks and stuff. You guys probably have seen this little thing at Dollar Tree, but when I saw it, I thought, I probably could make something out of that. It reminded me of tic-tac-toe, so I thought, why don't I make a little watermelon themed tic-tac-toe game? And I'm gonna give this to my little niece. I think she will love it. So first I decided to paint the box completely white, each area white, along with the wooden slats that are in the middle. I'm gonna paint it white, and then I'm gonna move on to the next part. So now that I have the box completely painted, I'm going to take these beautiful papers, tissue papers that I received from my sweet friend Shawnee. I'm going to take the pink and I'm going to cut 9 squares of the pink and place it in each of those little squares. I was afraid to try and take those wood slats out of there, because as I pulled on it, it would like almost want to break. So I thought I'm going to do it the hard way. And because I'm afraid of the easier way, so I didn't want those to break. So I just decided to cut out 9 little squares, and that's what I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to Mod Podge those squares into each of those little sections. So I'm just going to use my Mod Podge again and place a little bit into each section. Place a little paper down. Some of the edges are going to overlap onto the little wood slats, but that's okay. We're going to keep going with just the way it is. And I'm going to do all of those, and then we'll move on to the next part. Now that I have all my little pink watermelon squares done, I thought I needed something that resembled the watermelon rind. So I'm going to use the green, and I'm going to Mod Podge the green to the bottom and the sides of the wooden box. Starting to really look like a piece of watermelon here. So next I am going to paint. I thought that the wooden slats in the middle, on the middle there, needed a little color instead of white. So I'm just gonna quickly go around and trim each of these out with the green paint. Okay, so next I needed the little pieces. You know how you have the X and the O? I needed the little pieces for that. So what I'm going to do is the O's are going to be the green dots on this green polka dot paper, and the X's or whatever will be the watermelon pieces. They will stand in for the X's, the watermelon will. And I needed something to glue those, to Mod Podge those onto. So I thought, man, I need some bottle caps. That was the only thing I could think of. My mind, I thought about making them out of clay, but I'm like, nope, I want this to be as easy as possible. So I thought about bottle caps, and then where can I get 9 bottle caps from? So when I went to work that day, I said, everybody who's drinking water, do not throw away those bottle caps. I want them. So they all gave me their bottle caps when they were done. And those are the pieces that I'm using to make this little tic-tac-toe. This watermelon tic-tac-toe. So I got my 9 little pieces here, but actually after I got it all done, I think I needed to make 5 of each and have one extra one that didn't fit in the game just to make it even, but you know, it's all in fun. So I'm going to make 5 watermelon pieces and 4 of the green dot pieces. So I'm going to quickly get all of these little pieces done, and I'll show you what everything looks like at the end of the video. And here we are at the end of the video. Look at this beautiful little beach scene. And I use my round sponge, paint sponge to make that sunset going down on the water. And I found some little teeny tiny books that my sister gave me, and I placed it in the chair because nothing's more relaxing than sitting at a beach and reading a book. Isn't that just lovely? And here is our little watermelon tic-tac-toe. I took my black Sharpie and I made seeds on the watermelon pieces to make it a little more realistic and a little more fun. But I think the kids will have a lot of fun playing with this. They're supposed to be visiting us here in Michigan next month. So I'm going to give it to them when they get here. I think they will absolutely love it. And here's our cutting board. I hope you guys like this. I think it turned out really nicely. I want to remind everybody that this is a collab. Please check the description box below for the playlist and also the host channels. And remember to always be kind to yourself, and most of all, be kind to others.